Okay, this is the Wolf Cub Drill with the small saw table attachment. It measures about 14 inches long, 34 centimetres. So the table is 14 centimetres square, pretty much. 15, there you go. Right. You set the width of cut as usual on this sliding fence here, like that, and the height is set underneath by adjusting this thumb screw here, thumb screw the other one, and then you move the table up and down. And the guard is set the height. It's a screw thread here with a nut there and a wing nut underneath, and you can move it out of the way like that, and so there. And the piece of wood we're going to cut, just to check it works. There you go, 8mm. Right. Now the drill itself, you pull the switch in and it locks in position. I'll do that now. But to release it, you have to push down on this piece here. So you pull it in with your finger as normal, and it locks on, and then you push down, and it switches off again. So I'll show this. Okay, trick sides like that. Right, here we go. I'll just run a piece of wood through. Oh, that's the point. On the drill itself, there's currently a dead coil, I think. So if you turn it slightly, it'll probably start. There you go. I think the blade's a bit dull as well. Okay, so I'll turn it upside down to show the adjustment. Well, let's unplug it first. Okay, so it's unplugged. Wolf drill. The adjustment's done using this and this one here, and this one here. Loosen that off and the table goes up and down like that. And in fact you can take the whole thing off. This is how you assemble it. So now I'm going to disassemble it in effect. So that comes off. This is a general purpose centre endpoint piece. So you slacken that off and slide it back like that, and that comes off. Oops. There it is. So slackened off the chuck, and this is the disc, cutting disc, and it fits on that shaft there. Spins round, and all the wing nuts are towards you when you assemble it this way. So this wing nut there, and that. So now we can turn it into the pillar drill, for example. I'll show you that next. There's two drill holders, and whilst it's looking like this is the wood lathe version of it. So if I move that out of the way, it's the wood lathe. Drill in here. You take one of the adjusted, the locking wing nut assemblies out there, put it in here, put one in there. And then you've got this face plate which goes in and out like that, and thus wood lathe kind of thing. So you could, for example, this currently is like a fixed face plate, but you can unscrew it like that and remove the chuck and put that in the other end. Chuck comes off, and it was all the same screw thread. And there goes into the drill like that. So However, if you do it like this, you end up with that and that. It's now a drill press kind of thing. We've got that. Here's a little bang. Hold on a minute. So this is a drill press where the bottom moves up and down rather than the drill. As I say, this is that faceplate arrangement. It comes off. Next is the sanding attachment and planer. So the first thing you have to do is to take the chuck off, and that's normally like usual on a drill. You do that and you knock it anti-clockwise like this. Hit it sharply and the chuck comes off. So now you've just got the chuck like that. Anyway, so this screws on like that. This goes here. You get this attachment. Set the angle of the piece. The planer is actually a disc with cut-in surfaces. These little wheels are hardened steel, and they're like, it spins around this way and cuts. And when a certain part of it wears out, you loosen the screw and expose a fresh bit. Put the blades on. Like that. And then we've got to assemble this table. So there's some nuts and bolts here. So now we're turning the sanding table, and we're adding this piece here, which is rather a fine bit of engineering. Now each side here is variable in and out. So this is the way it feeds. So this is the in-feed side. So the out-feed side is, there's no gap and it's square to the cutting head. So I'm going to lock that off. Right, so that's that. So now we set the depth of cut. So you set the gap in there to be the depth of cut. So I'm going to set it to about 0.5 millimetre or so on this. Just by eye, and then using a 7/16 spanner I've got here, tighten up the nuts at the back, lock it up. I'm going to plane off this tongue and groove board. Just what happens. Not too bad. Needs a bit of practice, I expect, but it's straight. Yeah, actually pretty square. Here's a bigger piece. Again, that's not too bad. That's a piece that's 18mm. It's squared that up quite nicely. Right. I think that's it.